I don't hear anything.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 42, year 2. Tonight, we're going to talk about the world cancellation of the World Series of Poker, my private online games I've been playing with Mr. Phil Hellmuth, who will be joining us later. We're going to also talk about my dad's passing and whatever else you want to talk about. It's my birthday, episode 42. The Mouthpiece is next. What up, man? Well, I made it another year. Today's my birthday. I'm 35. So all you 29-year-old girls out there want to see me? No, I'm just kidding. Today's my 52 birthday, and my wonderful girlfriend has sent me these beautiful balloons. If you see them back there, they say happy birthday. There's a million of them. She's just a wonderful, loving person, even though we don't sometimes get along the best, but she cares about me and she loves me. And
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear butthole. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, computer. I appreciate it, man. And let's I apologize to everybody. I've been gone here for about 2.5 weeks. 2 weeks ago today, my father passed away, and it was kind of really hard on me. He got really sick basically about 3 days before he passed away. It was really weird. It went really quick. My family, they're always crying, "Oh, your father's going to die. Your father's going to die." Oh, and it was always nothing wrong with him. So it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. So after the first 2 days, they wanted me to come over. I didn't think it could be that bad. And then when I got over, I realized how bad it was. And it was, at least I was able to talk to him. And I'd done a lot of bad things in my life. And about 4 months ago, I was able to clear the air with him. And we had a long talk. And I was at peace, and it just sucked, we would normally probably have 50, 100 people at the funeral. Instead, we had 6. We had me, my mom, and my brother, my brother's good friend, my dad's next door neighbors, me and my girlfriend. So maybe that was 7 of us. I don't know. And, we kind of did it quickly because it was, in the Jewish religion, we usually have Shiva. We didn't even have that. That's when everybody meets at the house after somebody dies and we celebrate their life. We couldn't even do that, which kind of really sucked. But, today being my birthday and my dad not being here for the first time in my life, it really got to me this morning. I'm the type of person who holds a lot of things inside when it comes to family stuff. I like to talk all kinds of shit and basically say whatever to everybody else about every other subject. But, with family stuff, I always kind of like separated that from everything else. I'm going to miss him. Yesterday was another tough day for me. I thought my cat was sick. He started meowing like crazy, and he never meows. Not Flash, the one that you always see on the show, that is a lunatic. That's 19 almost. But my 10-year-old cat, Ace, the little gray and white one, and he never talks, and he's just been meowing up a storm. So I was worried something was wrong with him. So I took him to the vet, the emergency room yesterday, and I had blood work done. Cost me $505 for them to tell me he's got the best blood work they ever seen. There's nothing wrong with him. And I'm like, and he's running around still a million miles an hour. I'm sure he'll show up here tonight on the podcast because he's crazy. So I was fucking with him last night. So telling him, I'm like, great. I'm like, you had to be crazy and rambunctious. Cost me $505. Anyways, better safe than sorry. So, when I was leaving there, I was on my way home and I was really thinking about my dad a lot. I was thinking even about stopping by where he's buried, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I was ready for it. So I apologize. I haven't been on in a couple of weeks. It's taken me a while to get a little bit of courage together to come on the show and do a podcast. So those are the negative things that have happened. And I don't really want to talk any more negative than that, except to say that, my dad was a good man. We didn't always see eye to eye, but at least I know I'm at peace and with our relationship before he passed away. And that's all that matters to me. So with that said, let's change a little bit of subject. We are going to have Phil Hellmuth Jr. join the podcast. We're going to talk about the World Series of Poker being canceled for now. We're going to talk about our private game we've been playing. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a small game online. It's been good for me because we usually start around 8 o'clock at night and finish at 3 a.m. So I don't find myself playing for 20 hours a day online. It's a small game. I mean, it's 5, 10, 20, no limit, but it plays like 50, 100, 200. So it's a big game, but a small game. So it's been a little fun. I've done quite well. Last night I played probably one of the worst sessions I played, if not the worst since the lockdown. I lost 13,000. 9,500 of it I gave away in hands that I should have folded. But it was against the person that we were playing with that was playing really bad. The person that actually beat me all 4 hands we played and ended up losing like 80,000 in the game. Losing 80,000 in a 5, 10, 20 game. You can imagine how good the game was. So, but at every hand he beat me, and it was just tough to fold to a guy who is always raising and putting it all in with nothing every hand. And of course he had it every time against me. But I should know better. I could have found some better spots, just fold in and just wait till I really just had him dead. I thought I lost my patience a little bit. And it's the first time I've done that in 5 weeks. Overall, I've done really well. Can't complain. Is that the crazy cat? Where is he? I mean, he's just rambunctious. Here he comes. I told you he's going to join us tonight. This cat. I had to take him to the vet yesterday because he's running around like crazy and meowing like crazy, and he never meows. Come here. Come here, dum-dum. There he comes. Look, I told you he's going to visit us. Look at this guy. Listen, see how he's meowing? This is not a meowing cat. This cat never meows. This cat just fucking causes chaos, and he doesn't meow. But show everybody who you are. There you go. Say I cost my daddy $500 last night because I'm out of control, but I'm just running around like a madman. I told you he'd come visit us. He's crazy. He's just like, and he just can't stop meowing. He's going to probably knock everything over. That's what he does. Anyways, game's been good. A lot of times they pick me up and I have to be replaced in the game because I'm too good, which is fine. I get to play my hours, whatever. And it's been good. I can't complain. It keeps me busy. And my weakness has always been playing online poker because I never quit. And I'm a degen. And online poker has been a death of me because I always played too many hours and never knew when to quit. So playing in a game where it never goes more than 7 hours is perfect for me. And it's small, where I can't really get hurt. I mean, I could, like yesterday. I mean, that was my biggest loss. The previous biggest loss I'd taken was 8,000. But I've had some big wins. I won 36 in 2 days. That was before it was 5, 10, 20. That was the only one. It was 5, 10. So overall, I'm up a little bit, and I paid a bunch of debts. I got a few more left, and financially, I'm doing pretty good. Mentally, I've struggled like everyone else. The lockdown has caused a little bit of depression for me. I got started taking a little bit of antidepressants about 4 days ago, just kind of get me over the hump. Just dealing with what happened to my dad, dealing with being locked in these rooms. I know all you people out there know what I'm talking about, because and this is where I say we can't let the cure be worse than the virus, because I just don't see how what this is going to do, the mental toll is going to do, and the financial and economic toll is going to do the country. It's going to be 1,000 times worse than the amount of people who died. And they're going to look back at this as the lockdown being the worst thing they ever did in the history of the world. But it is what it is. And I'm very fortunate to not be in a position where I have to worry about getting my bills paid, where so many other people are worried about how they're going to survive, how they're going to eat. Those are my concerns, are other people. And hopefully right now I'm working on getting some kind of charity poker tournament set up between all the pros. Me and Phil have been talking about that also, where we are going to do like some kind of possibly a big Zoom charity tournament, where people will be able to donate money for COVID patients and people in dire need of food. So it's something that we're talking about, and hopefully we'll get into the works here shortly. I say it all the time to everybody, that all of us in the poker world do not live in the real world. Even the people who play $1-2 no limit that win or lose $300-400 a day, that's not the real world. The real world are a mother and father that work for $500 a week to put food on the table for 2 kids. And I am not going to apologize for being in a good situation and not having to worry about that, but we need to worry as a family, as Americans and people in the world, of what we can do to help all those people. I think it's very important, So let's see what else has been going on in the last 2 weeks. Not much. Let's see. After my dad's funeral, my girl went to LA to be with her mom. She was feeling very sick. She says she's doing a little bit better now. So that kind of sucked, because right when I was kind of really down, she left, and so I was kind of down by myself and get lonely, and that's kind of like when a depression kind of seals in. But hopefully she'll be back soon. And then this playing a little online game, and then what we're going to do now in a few minutes is we're going to take your phone calls with Phil Hellmuth on the phone, and we're going to talk about the World Series being postponed and what he thinks about it. And we're going to Zoom him in here in a minute. Computer, do you have you given Phil the code to Zoom in here on the computer? So, yep, we got my birthday balloons behind me. We're in a good mood. Haven't slept much.
Yes, I have butthole.
Hey, man, you can't keep calling me names, computer, man. I'm going to get a new computer. Will you stop attacking my cats? This fucking gray cat, all of a sudden. Maybe he got bit or something. Or maybe he took some steroids or something. I don't know. This cat's crazy. Hey, cat, you cost me $505 yesterday for nothing. 2.5 hours of my life waiting at a vet. What? Come here. Which one do you want to come up here? Stupid ass cats. So, anyway, so we're going to get Phil in here. We're going to talk about WSOP. We're going to talk about our game. We're going to take questions from everybody. See what you say. So what else has been going on, everybody? We're going to get some phone calls as soon as we get Phil in here. Let's see. Computer. Did you send the great one the Zoom code so he can come in? Oh, Danny boy. I love you, Danny boy. Danny's my editor, by the way.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. He'll probably, he'll be in. Phil's probably like crossing off Phil Hellmuth talking points. I don't know. I love Phil. Me and Phil have been getting along really good. We've gotten really close lately. We've had a lot of fights. So that's what good friends do. But they've been good fights, you know. They've been I don't know. They've been Phil fights. So what we're going to do is
He is probably preparing for being live instead of recorded.
exactly. That's what I just said. He's preparing Phil talking points because it's going to be live instead of recorded. So he's got to sit there and say, well, hi, Mikey. This is Phil. And yeah, today I played with 3 NBA champions in this home game. And my 4 billionaire friends were also in the game. And I lost 35,000 and I run so bad. Was that a good Phil Hellmuth impression? Computer? Yes? No? I thought it was. Come on, for all you guys out there.
Kinda.
You know that was pretty good. Kinda. So, computer, you're gonna ask questions to us, or are you gonna just or wait when people call in? I guess. Where the fuck's Phil? Phil is missing in action. He told me 30 minutes ago.
What the fuck questions would I have?
You'd question for you'd ask me how many times I've masturbated during the lockdown. It's a pretty good question, and I'd have to say 5 weeks, twice a day. That's a lot of fucking masturbation. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not really actually. It's my birthday. I am old. Oh, by the way, everybody, like now you get to see me when I don't dye my beard and I don't dye my hair. See, I've been great since I was 28. There you guys go. There you go. See, I look old, right? It's a far cry from when I dye my beard and I dye my hair and I look about 40. Like now I look like I'm 70, which I hate. But since I don't have to leave the house or anything, it's no reason for me to, you know, you get to see real Mike. And did any of you guys watch that Run It Back 2005 World Series at PokerGo? About, I don't know, I think I did it about a week ago. It's pretty cool. It's really the first time I've seen highlights from the 05 World Series. Tried my hardest not to see them. So there's a bunch of blinking going on here, but I don't know. Where is Phil? Where is Phil? Join the conversation.
Where is the goat?
Where is the goat? Where is the goat? Where is the goat? Where is the goat? Waiting for you to join. Where is the goat? Okay. Well, what we could do is we could just start taking phone calls until the goat shows up in the Zoom. What do you think of that there, Danny boy? Or computer? You're not Danny boy, you're computer. Computer, what do you think of that, computer?
Whatevs.
With us? I mean, we could just take phone calls. Put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out. Why am I in such a good mood? 3 minutes. The goat has said 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, so Phil's going to join us in 3 minutes. I would. Do you have any questions? Anybody out there asking any questions there, Mr. Computer, that I could talk to and answer? I mean, I could tell you about a few hands I played. I've had some pretty good hands. I had let's see. I won a 20K pot once about 2 weeks ago with King Jack of Spades. The board was Queen and 3 spades. I had King Queen and somehow I got called. That was pretty cool. And I lost
We
a
can open
10K
up the
pot yesterday
lines.
with 2
Let
tenths.
me play the
Hello.
promo.
You got it, bro. Hey, the 18-year-old's here. Hello, 18-year-old. Come here, Flash.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
There it is. There it is. The $505 cat. He's crazy and out of control. All right, everybody. Give us a call. 702-329-0480. 702-329-0480. Ask me anything. Talk about anything. Talk about. I don't really. Try and not. Hey, I'm gonna call. All right. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. Hello.
Hey, Mike. It's Israel from San Diego.
What's going on, buddy? How's it going?
Just hanging out, man. Watching your podcast. Condolences for your pops, man. I've been listening.
Yeah, it sucks, man. But it's just trying to deal with it every day. I mean, he was 89. He lived a good life. I really, 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 really wanted to get in the Hall of Fame while he was still alive.
That's what pisses me off, man. That's what I've been hearing you. I've only been playing poker for 3 years, but I've been listening to all your podcasts. I've heard you say that's all you wanted, and these fucking haters, man, they kept you out. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's something. Listen, it's like Matt Savage said, because they did the same to him, and his dad was sick a year ago. It's something that I will always hold against them, because they always knew that I was going to be in, and they put certain people in for poker politics, not regular politics, over me first.
Why don't you call these guys out for the poker politics, man? Call these guys out, dude.
They know who they are.
You have a fan base, man. We back you up.
Yeah. So it kind of bothered me. It's something that I'll always when I do get in, it'll something that I don't worry, when I'm doing my acceptance speech, I'll say what needs to be said. You know what I mean?
You deserve it, man. No, you definitely deserve it.
Yeah, and I'm playing at a really high level right now too. I really love it. I love the fact I'm playing at a really high level again. I didn't know if I could ever play no limit.
Every week you have fucking games and you're talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I could ever get my no limit game back to that level of 2005, 2004, 2000 in the early 2000s, but I think I have. I mean, I think I'm real close, at least. Like with 10 being when I was like top 3 players in the world. I think I'm a good 8 out of 10 right now. That's pretty close. You know what I mean? And I'm putting in a lot of reps right now. So the more reps I put in, the more feel I'm getting. I put that together with my talent, and I think there's going to be some big things out of me if I can stay healthy.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Like I've only been playing for 3 years. So I wish I could pick your brain, but like it's what I've been hearing. It's all good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've made some calls that I just knew I was right on. Then I've made some folds I knew I was supposed to call on, and I didn't follow my instinct. I was right there. So it's good that I'm getting the reps playing 5, 10, 20, because you can't really get hurt much, and I'm learning a little bit more as the days go by of what I need to do to get my game back up there, and I really know I'm close. I'm positive I'm really close. So, that's all I could do.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm out in San Diego, so there's not a lot of. I mean, I got to figure out this VPN stuff because I can't get online anywhere. But I've just been doing home games and just kind of.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're doing home games like on Poker RR2, and then we just invite people into the club, and it keeps track of everybody's wins and losses every day. It's like a free app. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm saving up, man. As soon as Vegas opens up, I'll be out there giving you guys action for sure.
All right. Well, I think the World Series will happen at the end of the year, and if it does, come on by and say hello.
Awesome, man. We'll do, man. Love you, man. Take care.
All right. Thanks. Love you too, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Later.
Hold on. Let's see the text. Let's see who it is. If it's Phil. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. Hello.
Yeah, how's it going, Mike?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Who's this?
It's L. I was calling to see, have you seen Raymond Davis?
Have I seen Raymond Davis?
Yeah.
I heard he's in jail.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In fact, I know he's in jail. Yeah,
you think he did that for real?
Yeah, he's in jail. He's in jail for.
Do you think he did that, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know. He got in trouble for something. So
for touching kids.
I don't know. Yeah, fucking with some kids or something. I don't know. I don't know the whole story to it.
You know what's so crazy? You know I'm a black guy, but every time I see that guy on the internet talking, something was always off about him to me. Something seemed weird about that guy to me. Right?
Yeah, we all kind of felt the same way.
You know, like like something seemed off about him with me. Hey, you know what? On this little show, on YouTube thing, whatever, on Grinders, he always had kids over his house, giving them candy, open the door for kids to touch his pet turtle. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but it's some weird shit. So.
Yeah, I'm like, and you know what? It's innocent to proven guilty, but when he kept having them kids at his house and the way he talked kind of weird and stuff like that, and I'm like, when 14-year-old girl said he paid them for sex, he kind of seemed like a pedophile to me. Like, I know grown females lie on people because they want to be with you in a relationship. I just don't see a kid, multiple kids lying on him. Multiple kids lying on him? That's kind of,
Mikey, can you?
Yeah. Hold on a second, Philly. All right, man, I got to go. I got Mr. Phil Hellmuth on the line.
Okay, God bless you, Mike, and stay safe, okay, buddy?
You got it, buddy. Thanks for the call. Later.
All right.
All right, Phil, we got you. Just need your video.
I know, Mike. I this is really weird. I don't know what's happening with my computer here. Hold on one second.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Usually my text messages appear on my iPad, so I could use my iPad for the video.
Right.
Well, hold on one second. Can you maybe have him text me that one more time?
Okay.
That's why I'm not
computer, text him the code, the Zoom code one more time and everything. See if you can get it working. Well, you're in the Zoom, so it's really weird. But you could get out and try it again. Send it to him again, computer. All right, we'll get Phil hooked up here, and we'll talk about what's been going on, man. So, one of my good friends wants me to come over and smoke pot with him tonight for my birthday. I'm debating on whether I want to go over there. I haven't left the house. I left the house yesterday to take my cat to the vet for the first time in 6 weeks. I need to leave the house more, so I have no problem going over there. Not worried about no stupid virus that 3,000 people, like 4 million people in Nevada have. But I don't worry about shit. This is me. My girl got me these new lemonades. They're called Sparkling Ice Classic Lemonade, and with antioxidants and vitamins, 0 sugar. There he is. Thanks.
Okay, Mikey.
What's up, Philly? Welcome to the Mouthpiece, buddy.
How you doing?
Oh, we're just celebrating the birthday. Girlfriend got me the birthday balloons. See all the birthday balloons in the background there.
Happy birthday, Mikey. I told you that at midnight. You and I were on the phone at 12:01 yesterday when your birthday occurred. I told you happy birthday then.
Yeah. So we're just kind of chilling. I figured I'd have a birthday podcast, and we could talk about the postponement of the World Series. We could talk about your private game, our private game. We could talk about we could talk about all kinds of shit, man. So I guess we'll start off with what's your opinion of the World Series being canceled? And do you think it's going to happen this year?
I think there'll be a World Series. There's always a World Series. Unfortunately, with COVID, close contact and people touching the same objects, i.e. chips, is bad for us. And so, that's that works against us. And so I know I was, sent a week before the series was canceled. They told me they were going to cancel it. At that point, there was some discussion about having some online tournaments from July 1st until August 15th.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad idea. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know if I haven't looked at any updates. So did they announce online?
I heard they were going to have bracelet events, and a lot of people were like, that's going to just absolutely make the World Series of Poker look bad, because you're going to have online bracelet events with only people from Nevada, Delaware, or New Jersey. That's just that's just not right. So people were all complaining.
What changes for me, Mike?
I don't know. You'll be over my house. You'll be at my house playing on the fucking computer.
I'll be at the Aria, obviously.
No, the Aria is closed, so you'll be at fucking. I might be open by then.
The Aria will be open by then. Right now, they're doing a nice facelift to the place. I talked to the CEO a couple days ago, and
I know they're putting all those plastic things in all the to separate people in the gambling tables. Is that what you're talking about? Facelift?
Well, not just. Steve Zanella. I talked to him, and president of Aria, and he's going into work every day there. They're doing a bunch of remodels because they're closed. They might as well spend a bunch of money on construction now.
Yeah.
By the way, you're thinking about buying casino stocks. I've heard that MGM has 24 months of runway, which is amazing. I've heard Wynn has 18 months, and I've heard that Sands has 36 months of runway. So these casinos are not going to go bankrupt.
You think it's a coincidence that the biggest Republican donor has the longest leeway of all of them in Sands? What's his name? Adelson, who don't.
No, I'm not sure they received any money. Did they receive money?
Oh, I don't know. When you heard leeway, I don't even know what leeway is. It just sounded to me.
Runway, I said.
Runway. What is that?
Runway. Well, let's just say.
I don't know nothing.
Let's just say that I know a professional poker player that spends $6,000 a month on food and rent. Let's just say that you had $100,000. Let's just say that you had $120,000 in cash. We would then say that you have 20 months worth of runway before you go broke. So, runway is a concept.
Oh, I see. So basically, Sands could. I got you. So the longer the runway, the more money they have to overcome being closed. Is that what you're?
Now, a lot of startups, Mike, a lot of the smart startups 15 years ago learned that they needed to have runway. You need to, if you're spending $1 million a month, you need to have 12 million in the bank. That gives you 12 months of runway before you go bankrupt. Mm-hmm. Now, what happened is right before this latest crisis, a lot of them were so confident they could raise money because money's been so easy. It's been sloshing around in this big bucket that they didn't have enough runway. Right. And so a lot of the young founders never understood, hey, I need to have 12 months of runway. So unfortunately, we're seeing, a fair amount of startups go bankrupt.
Yeah. Well, that's what
runway is important for poker players and businesses.
That's what they don't understand about you, Phil, man. You always have runway. That's it. That's one thing that they don't understand. Why everybody else is fucking playing 100K buy-in tournaments with $250,000 bankroll. Phil's sitting on all his cash, playing for 50% with all kinds of runway.
I just invested in a poker player fund. Jason Strauss's fund. He used to be a red tilt. Yeah. Used to be a red tilt pro at full tilt. A red pro full tilt.
Yeah.
I just put $200,000 in his fund. Caption too. I know Eric Seidel has money in there, but and I'm looking to buy Survey Monkey stock right now, and I'm looking to buy Occidental Petroleum stock. I got lucky, Mike. I bought 100 shares of Amazon. Put like 170,000 in Amazon, and it's gone
up 30%, right?
That's lucky. I also bought a bunch of Visa.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? There was a big, I
again, it's so funny because Bezos owns the Washington Post, so he had a big article yesterday of why we need to continue the lockdown and stay locked up. Yeah, because so he can make billions and billions of dollars. The longer we're locked up, of course, his own newspaper is going to say that. I thought it pretty funny that.
My son to me came up to me today, and we're separated, we're isolated. He has not been inside our side of the house in forever, but we were both in the backyard,
right,
6 feet apart, and he's a great kid, and works in banking, so he's still working. And he said, "Hey, I heard Elon Musk said this, and now everybody's going after him."
Of course they're going after him because he's right, though. He's like, "Open America."
There is a caller on the line, boys.
Open America. This is bullshit or something like that. He knows what's going. He knows. He's a smart guy, man.
There is a caller on the line, boys.
What'd you say?
There
computer?
is a caller on the line, boys.
Okay. Hello, caller on the line. Welcome to the Mouthpiece with Mike and Phil. What's going on?
Not a whole lot, Mike. I didn't want to interrupt. I was going to let you guys finish.
No, we're just talking.
Talkers, so it's all good.
It's all good, man. You got any questions for me or Phil?
Yeah, well, first things first, man. I wanted to say sorry about your father. My wife actually lost her mother to COVID 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
So I understand. Like it's a rough spot, dude. And I wanted to say sorry about your father. It's tough. It's a tough situation to be in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and so I also wanted to say to Phil that for years I'd always heard that Phil was one of the best players ever in terms of his fans. Like he always took care of his fans. He's always the nicest guy ever away from the table. I don't know if Phil remembers the NAPT Venetian in 2011, right before Black Friday, but he got coolered out of the tournament, this 5K main event with Queens against Aces. And he was pissed off, obviously, because, busting out of a 5K sucks. And he still took a couple of pictures with me. And he was still a really cool guy. So I just wanted to say thank you to Phil for being a good guy and being a gentleman there, because it was really cool to meet him, and it was a privilege to have a chance to talk to him for a second. I know it was hard for him to stop.
Hey, Phil.
So.
What's up, Layne? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. I do think it's really important to be with the fans and take care of the fans. I mean, listen, it's pretty cool that somebody likes you in life. It's pretty cool that we have fans in the first place. And so for me, it's important, even as dark a mood as I can get in when I bust out of a tournament. It's very important to kind of man up and take the pictures. And I've done that, and sometimes I'm storming back after busting the Bellagio main event or the World Series poker main event. And I see fans and their eyes light up and they're so happy to see me and they want a picture and an autograph. And I'm like, but I smile. I say, hey, thank you very much. I take the picture. I smile. And as I'm walking away, my mood is maybe 5%, 10% better. And then I hear them scream, oh my God, that's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm just some random ass poker player, coolest thing that ever happened to me, huh? Yeah. And then that increases my mood another 10 or 15%. And then maybe within a couple of hours, I'll be dealing with.
Then he calls me and complains and cries. And then I increase his mood another 20%. And after 5 hours, we get him in a good mood.
It used to take me 5 or 6 days. That's part of it too. Layne Flack, how you doing?
Yeah. So, hey, we appreciate the call, man. And thanks for calling.
I have one quick strategy question for you too.
Sure.
In a local game that's probably going to start up again once the quarantine's over, I play a no-limit game with one button of PL08.
Okay.
And the rest of the orbit is no limit. Is it worth me learning PL08 for one button per orbit, in your opinion? What do you choose?
One button? Yeah, I mean,
one button per orbit.
Yeah, just play aces and fucking ace deuce 3 king and that's it. And that's it. There you go. You just learned PL08.
There's nut pedals.
Yeah. I mean, if it's only for one orbit. If it's only for one hand and one button. I mean, what else do you want me to say?
Let's hear Layne's Omaha Hater Better advice.
Well, my Omaha Hater Better advice. Now, I'm actually driving to South Dakota. My father's health is bad, so I can't video, so I have to put the phone.
Sorry to hear that, Layne. My dad passed away a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I said something on Twitter about it. It's tough. The worst thing about it is we're next in line, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You lose your great grandparents and your grandparents, your parents, and you're like, oh shit, I'm next.
Oh God, you're funny, Layne.
Well, we know in Omaha, a straight Omaha, there isn't any one hand that is that much greater than any other Omaha hand, which is the difference in Hold'em. Aces to do 7 is an astronomical difference. But in 4-card Omaha, no one hand has a greater percent better than any other hand. Now, when you go to Omaha 8 or better, obviously that changes because the ace deuce has so much power.
Right.
Now, I've always been a fan of, multi-way pots with ace deuce, so I try not to run everybody out because I don't, that value of the getting quartered has a lot of value to it. But, when you're in position and you're trying to run them out and get head up, that's different.
Yep. Yeah. Getting 3/4 of it. That the key to PLO8 is getting 3/4 of the pot, because when you're in a tournament or a cash game, when you quarter them, you get half their stack. Remember that.
I mean, you have to put a lot of pressure on a late position, and you have to trap an early position.
Exactly. So that's my advice to you, my friend. Anything else?
Absolutely. In this game, we will see 9 players to a flop in a limp PLO8 pot. These people will limp King Jack 7-4 odd.
Well, you're in a. How big is this game? Me and Phil want to come play in this game.
Mike, we'll see you there tomorrow.
Hey, if this game big enough for me and Phil where we can make about 10,000, we'll be on our way. Me and Phil, we whore ourselves out for all 10 balls.
It's 1-2, bro. I'm sorry. It's 1-2.
Oh, well, not worth it to us. But you know what? If you guys ever start playing bigger, hit me up on the Mouthpiece fucking Twitter, and boom, we'll be over there.
I'll tell you what's amazing. Like 15, 20 years ago, Hold'em was so boring. When Omaha came out, it was all the action. It was everything. Now it's getting to the point Omaha barely has action.
Yeah, well, poker's tough, man. You got, you got to play in games that Phil Hellmuth sets up. Anyways, yeah.
Just remember, PLO is the game of the future, and it always will be.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate. Listen, we got to get off the call because we might have some other calls. Hey, thanks for the call.
Okay, buddy. Take care, guys.
All right, you got it.
Have a good one.
All right, Layne. What's going on, Layne?
Not much. Driving.
Driving to North Dakota.
South Dakota, and I have my dogs. So
it's different. North Dakota, South Dakota. They're both Dakotas. One's on the north side, one's on the south side.
Yeah, you go up there and tell that. You go up there. And
I know. I've been up there. The South Dakota people hate the North Dakota people, and the North Dakota people hate the South Dakota people.
It's not really hate. It's just more of a rivalry, I guess.
Yeah, not hate.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody comes down from North Dakota, I don't say I hate you, but I tell them to go back. No.
Oh man, remember the fucking days, all of us hanging out in the fucking we were crazy, man.
I'll tell you this,
400 800 together, Layne, Mikey, I all mouthing off, having fun, but having a lot of respect for each other, but occasionally crossing the line too.
Oh yeah, we had to cross the line. I mean, like honestly, like I tell people all the time now, it's like me and Phil are too close of friends for me to go too far over the line. But back then, it was mouth warfare. That's
the biggest reason one of my game has struggled. When I first got here, I didn't know many people, so I didn't care who I beat. Now I started gaining friends and stuff, and your game changes.
Yeah. Hey, look who just joined us. It's Jay Little. What's up, John?
What's up, John? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to join us.
You look good in orange, Jay Little.
All in, ace jack or better.
Yeah,
that's right. Ace jack or better. I remember a good memory from Mike Mattisau. He signed his biography to me. He said, "I love Jonathan Little. Fuck you. You ruined my life."
Yeah. That and then the last time, no, that wasn't him. That was somebody. That was Jeff Gross. It had ace jack and the flop came jack deuce 4. He was up against ace 9 offsuit, and he's like, don't let anything crazy happen. I go, what's going to happen? And he's got his camera out, and it comes 9 on the turn, 9 on the river. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he had his camera out, and I'm thinking to myself, how did he know something like that was going to happen? I'm like, he goes, don't let something crazy happen. I'm like, the flop's jack deuce 4. The guy's got ace 9 offsuit. What's going to happen? He goes, the 9 comes, and when the 9 comes on the turn, he turns the camera on. It goes like this. And the 9 came on the river. That's how he busted the turbo, the 5.
Mikey, were you watching that pot that I was tweeting about where we played an $89,000 pot? I had aces against 2 guys with ace queen.
I didn't see that.
I heard about it. I was logged off at the time. But I think I got a phone call from you 5 minutes later. It was like 5 a.m. till about 6 a.m. And I must have
heard noon, bro. That was 11 a.m.
Oh, that's right. It was noon. That's right. Because I started watching 1 and 2, and then I'm like, I must have heard the word motherfucker, motherfucking can't to, motherfucker, can't to is a fucking motherfucker, minimum of, I don't know, 20 times. It's pretty funny.
Can't do
well, that was the first time I live tweeted all the hands, and I was just taking beats, and I said, I'm not going to give up. My wife pointed out that was a super moon. But I
he lost all the money on he's never playing on a super moon again, by the way.
I had it up to 39,000. My 10K, I was in 90, and then got it all in with aces against two guys with ace queen. 89K pot. It was going to get me even, and instead I was like, all right, I just quit. Now I did win 50 the day before, and I've won several 100,000 online. So people hear me whining, just understand how lucky I've been. But in the game that Mikey and I play.
Tell Jonathan Little that 90K pot. Tell him what the blinds were in that game.
5, 10, 20. You can't make this up, Jonathan.
You can't make this up, Jonathan.
It's why you're the best player in the world, to get people to put in 1 million big blinds with apparently not the nuts. Good job. Congrats.
Hold on. We got a phone call coming in, guys. Hold on, everybody. Let's see what everybody has to say. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. You're online with Mike the Mouth, Phil Hellmuth, Jonathan Little, and Layne Flack. Hello.
He was overwhelmed.
He was over. Hello. Can you hear me?
Too much. Got to go.
They hung up.
Mike, how many bracelets do you have, and how many bracelets does Layne have?
Layne's got 6. I got 4. Jay Little, he's fucking at his normal fucking
normal 0.
Mike, did you just say that Layne has 6 bracelets and you have 4?
Yeah. I think he has 6, maybe 5.
6.
6. I thought it was 6.
To be fair, Mike still hasn't studied how to play No Limit Texas Hold'em, and that's like half the schedule. So
yeah, but I have now. I've been really playing good now. I've been putting a lot of hours in. I'm really playing well. I'm really
Mike came to I invited Mike into my group of friends, and he's made like 100 to 150,000. Right?
No, I haven't made that much. I've made about 10,000, Phil. Phil, come on, man. I have not made that much money. Phil, I have not made anywhere close to that much money. We're live on the air.
You owe people. Never mind.
Phil, don't be saying that out loud.
Phil, so what are you fucking doing to me, Phil?
Caller on the line, boys.
Are you trying to ruin my life that I've worked so hard to get back on top?
Mike gets a dozen phone calls after the show's over.
Dude, look, the text. Look, they're already fucking texting me. You motherfucker.
Caller
Jonathan,
on the line, boys.
For 2 weeks, Mike sent a negative text to me every day. And I finally said, you ungrateful, blah, 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 blah. I went crazy. I said, you came into my group, you made $150,000.
I haven't made that much money. I fucking made like 10,000. Stop it. Phil.
Caller on the line, boys.
A day?
Hey, we got a caller on the line. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold on. Caller on the line. You're on the line.
Mike, where's my money?
Yeah, probably. What's going on? Who's this?
Mike.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Just wanted to call in.
All right.
Mike from Michigan. Enjoyed all the years of your entertainment on the TV with the WSOP.
Yep.
Appreciate your live cast, your podcast.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And do you have any questions? We have me, Phil Hellmuth, Jonathan Little, and Layne Flack all on the line. If you have any questions for any of us, feel free to ask.
All-star lineup. I do actually. Where do you see poker going after the casinos open?
It'll boom.
You know what? I'm going to leave that question to Jonathan Little. He sounds like the perfect person to answer that.
Well, online poker now is already booming. And I think whenever live poker comes back, I think people may be slightly slow to adopt it back again. But I think after it becomes clear that people can get back into social interactions again, I think it will boom, at least for a while. And if the right people win, if the media picks it up properly, then I think it will boom even more. And if things go poorly, it'll probably just return back to the way it was pre-virus.
Right. I have something to say about this, but I want to hear Layne's opinion.
I think it's going to boom early. I think there's going to be a lot of people that want to get out. There's going to be a lot of people that have to settle up.
Like Mike.
And by the way, a lot of poker players have their money in boxes at the casino. So, So you're going to have to get back down there and settle up and do whatever. So I really think for a month or two, it's going to hit hard when it opens back up.
Let me tell you what I think. I think that there's record numbers of people playing. All these players that haven't played for years have nothing to do. And so we have 48 members of our regular game, Mike. And then in my other game, I have 20. And then I have a third game that has 18. And these guys none of them were playing much poker. And now they're all playing every single day. It's crazy. They went from 0 to 60. And so I think that poker has been reinserted into a ton of people's lives. And this is 10 years after the boom, let's call it. And so people are realizing they're better than they thought, because 10 years of maturity and growth and being able to manage your money better and being able to play better has brought a new perspective to people. Plus, they have more money. And so I think people are really loving our game. I think it's taking off. I think we're getting some global press with some of these tournaments that have had Bryan Cranston and Ben Affleck and some of the biggest names in the world, Tiger Woods. I've been in 3 or 4 of these. And
I played that one tournament on for the COVID people on the America's Card Room.
And who was
Who
was at your table, Mike? I mean, I had Toby Maguire at my table.
I had Ben Affleck on my left and Matt Damon on my right, and Matt Damon fucking tripled me with 3-4 offsuit. He pushed it all in. I had ace king. It came ace 3-4 somehow. That was fun, but it was a charity tournament. But
the real question is, though, will people show up to the live casino to play? Like, if they had the World Series of Poker next month, I don't think I would go.
I wouldn't either.
And so the question is, like, if they did have it at some point, when does the people become comfortable going out into an interaction like a World Series of Poker type of environment or any major tournament series? And I'm not sure of the answer, but it will come back eventually.
I agree. Any other questions for us?
I mean, I'll say something about
I appreciate it. Just great listening to you guys. Thanks for keeping it alive, and enjoy the podcast, Mike. Happy birthday.
You got it, man. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Phil, to elaborate on your comment about the poker, I agree with you. Not only that, when I first started playing, it was intimidating to like sit at a table if you're inexperienced. Now I think a lot of people have overcome the intimidation because they've seen how anybody from any walks of life can come and play.
I don't know. Jonathan Little intimidates me.
You're right, Layne. I agree with your point, Layne. And I would tell you this to circle back and stay on this point for a minute. I like this. I think that, there's going to be a cure coming eventually. And this is one I don't think we're going to let go of. Jonas Salk made his name and became someone that we talk about today because he cured polio. Someone's going to cure this, and the minute that it's cured, people will be back to their normal routines. But unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people want to go to health clubs right now, and they don't want to be on cruise ships right now.
If I wasn't 2020 Mike, the caring, love the world type of Mike, and I was old Mike, the I don't care about no one but myself Mike, I would say, I want the lockdown to go for 2 more months so I could keep playing online poker with these fucking.
Let me tell you something, Mike. I want to warn you. I've warned you about this before, and I know Layne's been through this, and I think also that Jonathan Little's maybe been through this, but online poker ruined your life more than
ruined my life, and that's a good thing.
This game only runs. This game only runs 10 hours a day.
7.
And so
I play 7 hours a day, so I can never get hurt. We play 8 o'clock at night till 3 a.m. So I'm able. This is like the perfect thing for me, and I've had a chance to actually be in other online games, and that are really good. And I've turned them down because I know how sick I am. So
I believe, Mike, that if you had access to 24/7 poker online, it's going to destroy.
It would destroy me again, and I know that.
Jonathan, how would you?
We got a phone call, you guys. Hold on. We got a call coming in. Hold on. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike and Jonathan, and Phil, and Layne. What's up?
How's it going, guys? Hey, I wanted to ask you, what year specifically or time would you say you felt poker was at its absolute height, and what sort of anecdotes might you have to sort of describe that?
I mean, there's no doubt 2006, the year Jamie Gold won the World Series. I mean, that was the height of the poker boom. And then it kind of fizzled a little bit in 07, 08.
Layne Flack, you got an anecdote? I've got one. Go, Layne.
You mean?
Let's hear it.
I'll start with my anecdote. And then we'll come to you, Layne. I remember it was around was 03, 04, and I'm not saying that was the absolute height, but I have a weird anecdote. We had the Bicycle Club main event, which was always high on the priority list to win for everybody. And I remember it was like 01 or 02, and I'm getting the years probably just a little bit off, but we had 35 players, and I thought, wow, that's an all-time low for this event.
No. It was 55 players. I won it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done, Layne. And then the next year, Layne, my anecdote is like this. The next year I show up, and there's 3 news trucks from 3 different stations in the parking lot. Okay. Ben Affleck is playing, and there's like 7
that was
or
03.
people.
That was 03. That was the year Andy Duke was teaching him how to play.
And I walk in, and the World Poker Tour says Sports Illustrated wants to interview, and I said, no, I'm not doing interviews. And then within like a minute, I'm like, what did I just say? I knew that I wanted to like.
Phil, you never miss a fucking interview with you never miss a photo shoot or an interview with anything that has a name on it.
Finish my story, then Layne can talk, and then we'll get to you eventually, Mouthpiece. Anyway, so of course, within 5 minutes, I'm like, what did I say? And I went back and I said, of course, Sports Illustrated can interview me. And I remember going outside, having to clear my head, because I went up to Ben Affleck and I said, hey, welcome to poker. And he started quoting my book to me. He's like, am I a jackal? Am I this? And I was like, oh my God, Ben Affleck knows who I am. This is when he was with J-Lo. And, they were the biggest in the world. And so I had to walk outside and clear my head. I was like, what is going on here? From 55 players to 800 players, news trucks everywhere. This is a huge, huge event. And so that's kind of an anecdote, that I think of. And I think that I probably played poorly. I was a little overwhelmed in the moment. Layne, you have an anecdote?
Well, I don't really have an anecdote. I'm driving, so I'm kind of getting cut out. But yeah, from 55 players, which by the way was one of the toughest tournaments I ever played in. Everybody was a world champion. But
yep.
But that boom did do a lot, and I agree. It was around 2003, and I don't really think it fizzled out, Mike, in 2008 and 9. I think it kind of plateaued.
I'm not saying it fizzled out. He asked when it plateaued, and I think 2006. I mean, it's still the record for the most players we ever had in the main event. So
we all disagree with you, Mike. And I will tell you something else too, and I've got some evidence here, and I want to go to Jonathan next because we got to share some time here. But it was last year that they had on the same weekend a $300 buy-in, a $500 buy-in, and a $200 buy-in. They had it in LA, they had it in Philadelphia, and they had it in Northern California. Mm-hmm. And all of those tournaments hit $1 million guarantee, and a $2 million guarantee. Imagine how many buy-ins and how many people were playing poker to make a 200, a 300, and a 500 hit $4 million in guarantees. So if you tell me that poker's done, I think you're completely wrong.
I didn't say poker was done.
Yeah, I mean, that's 14,000 people right there.
I thought the peak was 06. I don't know. What do you think, Jonathan?
I think the peak was probably about 06. I got to agree with Michael on one thing in my whole life. I think that might be the case. I mean, I know in 2003 I had $50 to my name, and then in 2006 I had a few $100,000 to my name. Yeah. So that was good for a young kid. So that time period was nice for me. But I mean, it's always been kind of like poker's always been nice. I mean, the last 3 or 4 years have been rougher and rougher because there's a lack of new people coming in. But like all of you said, I think if anything, the virus may revitalize poker because people realize it's a great game and they can do it in their spare time, and it's a great game to play.
Yeah, it kind of.
So maybe the answer is going to be 2021.
It kind of reminds me of me in 2018. I had $50 to my name. In 2020, I got like a couple $100,000 to my name. See,
that's good.
It just took a little bit longer.
Mike, I thought you're going to
wait. I was joking, man. I mean, I paid Phil. I paid Phil all the money I owed him, so I'm back to $50 anyway.
Brandon Cantu. I will tell you one interesting thing about this game because Cantu and Mike both got hot. They both paid me like $20,000 each, and they're completely dead even with me. And I'm like, woo! Maybe I've lost a little in this game, but I've won hundreds of thousands in my other game. Yeah. But at least I got paid back. Yum yum. Thanks,
when you get paid back from Cantu, things are good.
Oh, you're running down poor Cantu again, Mikey.
I love Cantu.
You were first in line, actually.
Yeah. Hey, any other questions, my friend?
No, but any more stories from the past are always great. Thanks, guys.
Oh, we're gonna shoot the shit tonight. So I appreciate you. Tell all your friends listen a lot. Mouthpiece. Thanks a lot.
Mike, I'm sorry I can't shoot the shit all night. I got to go to bed. I got to wake up and deal with kids in the morning.
That's right. Well,
I just wanted to tell you happy birthday and that I'm very happy that you exist.
Thank you.
You have 5
you know what,
Mike, for me.
You got it. And you know what, Jonathan? thank you very much, and I'm glad you're one of my very good friends. And thank
Good
you.
to see you, Jonathan.
Good luck
Thank
with
you for
everything. I'm
coming
glad you only won a few $1,000s since the virus happened.
Yeah, I've won a couple thousand. You know, paying
Not
off
enough to,
debt.
like, hello.
I send out more money on PayPal than fucking anybody. Here's a 10 ball. Here's a 5 ball. Here's a 10 ball. You know, I'm almost out.
Congrats.
All right.
Have fun. Bye, Mike. Bye,
Got it.
Phil.
Take
Bye,
care,
Layne.
Jonathan.
See you
Thanks
later.
for coming on. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, man. That was very nice. Good to see you.
Mike, how old are you?
52.
You are?
Caller on the
going
line,
12. I'm
boys.
still going on 12 though.
I didn't think you were older than me.
Caller on the line, boys.
I think I'm 3 years old. What are you, 49?
I'll be 51 next month.
Oh yeah, I'm 1 year older than you. Okay.
Oh,
But
you're 51, Layne?
Phil's
Yeah.
55, right? 56 coming up. 55. Fuck. But you know what? Like, honestly, like the three of us online, okay, you're 50. Between the three of us, we're what? 154. And our mental capacities, we still act like we're about 36 between the three of us.
We're all young, Mike. We're young. What do you want? You know, we're young. We're young at heart. You and Layne and I.
Look at this. We got Matt Savage from the pool.
Savage.
Matt Savage from the pool. What's up, Savage? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, you got it. What's going on?
Me, Phil Hellmuth, Layne Flack. We just had Jonathan Little in here. We're just doing a little birthday podcast with everybody. And
I got a question for Matt Savage.
Okay.
Matt, you traveled. I consider myself traveling a lot, but no one travels like you travel.
Nobody.
And now you've been forced to be home for 5 or 6 weeks. I bet you're in heaven, bro.
I am very happy, actually. So it hasn't been bad so far. It's been pretty good. It's
You're Matt. You're coming a little quiet.
Well, that's okay. We can hear him.
Yeah,
we've heard enough of him anyhow.
Hold on. I've been trying to stay home, so I've been looking forward to staying home.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
Yeah, especially. I mean, I think, you know, it's really nice to get time with the wife and family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, when are you inviting me over to your house to go in that pool?
Just wanted to stop in and say happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. When do I get the invite to that pool, man?
We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, hold on,
Hopefully
Matt,
we see each other on the road soon.
Thanks for Zoom bombing us.
Matt, I got one question for you. Matt, I got one question.
Layne has we lost him. Oh, well.
I was just going to see how fast I can get him to lie. Because all you got to do is ask him what his handicap is.
Oh, my God. You're so right, Layne. That's the one thing I fired back when Matt Savage was, you know, when he was making fun of me, which I'm an easy target and I'm guilty. But I was thrown back at him that his handicap is always about 5 strokes off.
Yeah.
Hold on. You know who's going to join us? You know who's getting ready to join us? The Moon Girl, Danielle.
Demon Girl.
Well, Mikey, what do you do for your birthday? Just sitting at home?
I'm gonna actually. I actually got an invite from one of my top 3 best friends in life, Eric. He's kind of like one of those guys that is really close to me. He's been a good friend to me, but he kind of drives me a little bit nuts. I could deal with him about 20 minutes a month, kind of like Phil has to deal with me, you know. And I
was gonna say, you understand that?
Yeah. And I have to deal with Phil. Except me and Phil now we talk every day, so that's why a lot of times we get in like little skirmishes, and then the next day where it's like a love fest again. But you know, it's like so I talked to him and he wants me to come over and he goes, "Come on over, man. I got this really good pot." He goes, "We can smoke some and just fucking really go into another world." I'm like, "All right, I'll think about it." So I might be going over there. I haven't decided yet.
You know what?
Be careful, social distancing.
Yeah.
This is off, but I tweeted this the other day. But you know, everybody's watched the Netflix Tiger King. Now, oh God! It said no. I don't know why.
I can't hear you, Layne. You're going in and out.
Well, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I in episode 8, Joel was interviewing everybody and how all the guys with no teeth and tried to convince everybody that there was no drugs going on.
Right. That's pretty funny. The episode 8 part. And you know what else about that Tiger King is it's so obvious that he was set up. Look at this.
I agree.
Wait a minute.
Norman
Look at this guy. Look at
Norman.
this guy.
Just take a look at him. He tries to play this like look at him. Look the look on his face like.
I don't have video. Who is it?
Norm Chad.
Chad.
Look, you hear that voice? Hey, Norm, you hear that voice? Who does that sound like?
It sounds like back-to-back trash.
You know, Norm, I'm going to give you a lot of credit. I'm pretty quick-witted, but you can hold your own with the best of them.
Well, I'm happy to be here momentarily. I'm not sure why we're here. I know it's his birthday, but it's not like it's his 40th or 50th or 60th or 75th. Those are all big.
It's my 35th, man.
Yeah. Okay. What's the big deal? You're 50 something. I don't know what it is, but it's not 50 and it's not 60. It's not 55. How old?
Dude, it was my 50th birthday 2 years ago. I don't even know where the last 2 years have gone.
Is that Matt?
No, that's Norm Chad.
Oh, I thought Matt. That sounded like Matt back there. Glance. Where's he at?
Oh, he'll probably be coming in soon.
You know, I was just watching, by the way, for some reason, about 2 nights ago, I was just watching your 2 hands against Sheiky that were hilarious.
Yeah.
At the World Series. I had forgotten about the second one. I just remembered about where he slammed the table and you all both got a penalty.
Yeah, I forgot about the second one too.
I completely forgot about you calling his all in with 7 deuce. At the World Series of Poker main event. He called his all in with 7 deuce.
Well, I raised really big. That was back when I was a lunatic, and then he re-raised. It was like 20,000 more, and I'm like 20,000 and like 140. I'm like, oh great. I hate those spots where you have to call. That happened to me last year. I 3-bet somebody with 7-3 off, and then the guy kept raising this weak lady's blind, and I'm looking, I'm studying him, and I just knew when he was weak. So I 3-bet him, and the lady woke up with ace jack for 20,000 more. I had to call it fucking 7-3 off. It was the worst feeling.
So that was worth it.
Hey, Mikey, when's the last time you hollered out vindication?
The last time I hired out vindication was when I won the Tournament of Champions.
That was it?
Yeah, but there's a lot of vindication coming, baby.
You know,
a lot of vindication coming.
Some of Mikey's biggest victories have been, I've been down there with him, right? Heads Up Championship, you beat me. That was the last one. The Tournament of Champions, you played like shit, and I finished third, and you won that. I mean, what the hell is going on here?
I love
Bad memories.
You know what, man? We've had a lot of great memories together. And that, that was before we were really close friends, too.
Great memories for
me. Woohoo! You know what? I just realized if we're at a final table together, chances are I'm going to win. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have a caller on there?
Okay, Mikey, I'm going to go, Mikey. Norman, good to see you. That was pretty funny stuff to come in. Layne, great to hear from you. It's been too long.
Yeah, take care,
I got to go.
All right, Philly.
Yes, sir.
The wifey wants to finish watching Ozarks season 3.
Oh, I just finished all 3 seasons. It's really good.
Turning it off before you tell me what happened.
I won't tell you anything. Enjoy it. Get out of here, Phil. I got Norm and Layne to talk to anyways. All right. What's up, Norman?
Caller on the line, boys.
All right, we have a caller, everybody. Hold on. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike and Norm and Layne.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Phil's off the line now, or?
Yeah, we lost Phil. He had to go.
All right. Well, maybe you could. Maybe you knew a little bit about this, and maybe Layne Flack also. And but I like to talk about sometimes about the good days of poker back in a little bit of the older days. But were any of you guys involved with the corporation when they were playing Heads Up for like 100,000, 200,000 limit hold'em?
You know what? I'll give you a good answer to that. These are the same people I played with every day. Okay, I would have had a big piece and had my $2.5 million piece, but it was the only day I had left town in a fucking year. And they all made all the money, and all the guys that I was playing 4 and 800 with, 8 and 1600 mix. I got back in town. They're playing 4 and 8,000, and then I had no games to play. So yeah, I should have had a $2.5 million there. Just another one of my fucking Mike Matasso stories.
So,
I feel bad for you, Mike, because they hired me as the bookkeeper and I got 1%.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty strong.
I just did the numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
So
I mean, like literally, Ted Forrest bailed everybody out, if I'm not mistaken.
What? No.
Well, what
I just got off the phone with Ted. That's funny because I just said to him, I can't believe we've been friends for over 20 years. How fast it goes. But I was literally playing in the Larry Flint game in L.A., and we were driving home after playing for 3.
We lost you, Layne. Layne.
8 days. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in LA playing in the Larry Flint game, which is a 2,000, 4,000 game, and we're on our way home. We've been playing for 3 days, and Ted calls Bellagio because he wants to play. I said, Ted, maybe we should get some sleep. He hears they're playing 20,000, 40,000. He says, I guess I'll go take a couple rack shot at him, for $1 million.
Yeah, wasn't Todd Brunson playing that guy heads up, and Ted called and said, what's the big game? And like some guy showed up and wants to play for how much ever anybody's got. Yeah. And then Ted came rolling in.
It was Chip Reese playing Andy Beal, and nobody was allowed to play, or they would get barred, or they were not allowed to take this Andy Beal out of the Bellagio, or they would be barred. But there's no law that says you can't. So Ted just went in and sat down, and there wasn't anything they could do except quit. Well, they didn't want to do that, and Ted wins 1.2, and then they formed a corporation is kind of how it went.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
They formed a corporation after that, so everybody who wanted to be involved could play as high as they wanted and tag in and out. Was the only defense to the amount of money Andy had.
Yeah. And people don't realize Andy Beal owned everybody's chip. Like he had everybody's money. Lyle Berman had to go wires like $7 million in. And then I think
the first round, I think Andy had him down like 15 million to start. Yeah. And then Todd came in and won a batch. I think Ted won a batch.
Ivy bailed everyone out, right?
No, Ivy lost.
Ivy won like 8 million in one session at one point.
No. He lose four. Okay, here's how it went. Ted win a little.
Layne knows.
And then some people lost some, and then Phil came. I think Todd came in and win 7 to 9 million, I think, and then Phil came in and lose like 4 or 5 million, and they came in the next day and win like 18 million, which got everybody out.
Right. Okay.
No Jen Harmon at that point.
No. Jen Harmon played.
She didn't get picked to play, but she was a part
in the book. It's in the book. She played at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, she might have tagged in for a few. I'm not sure. It went. I think there was probably a dozen sessions back at that time.
Yeah.
What was the highest they ended up playing?
Did who?
What was the highest they ended up? I remember Andy Beal kept
2040, I think.
Well, what he started out was like 10. So Andy first sat down in a 4,000, 8,000 game. So one of the hosts brought him back because they wouldn't allow him to bet big enough in the pit. He says, well, maybe you should try poker. So he took it back there playing 4,000, 8,000. Well, he didn't feel that was big enough. So he obviously chirped in and said, we should do this. It went to 10,000, 20,000. And his goal was just to keep making it bigger till he put the pressure on. Well, poker players aren't exactly that stupid. They kind of formed a corporation and said, let's just keep going with what you want. It got all the way up to 30,000, 60,000. And then at one point I heard at the last game might have been 50,000, 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? My memory's so shot that I don't even remember almost half of that. So.
Well, it was like 20 years ago. It started in like 98 or something. It started a long time ago.
It was 2002. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was 2002. I know because I had a lot of money then, and I was out of town, didn't get to be part of the corporation. So I'll know that part I know. I'll never forget that. Well, man, I appreciate the call.
Go ahead.
One more question? Sure, go ahead.
My last question is then, obviously, this is one of the names that we just talked about. And I know it doesn't seem like she's been around too much anymore, but in the days of the late 90s and the 90s and the early 2000s, was Jen Harmon really that great of a player? Because she's a Hall of Famer.
She was a great limit
Seems
holder
like
player.
She probably was.
If
she won ice cold or what?
Jennifer.
Yeah,
I'll tell you the whole history of Jennifer. Jennifer's family's out of Reno. They own, some businesses, etc. And she started as a cocktail waitress or etc. She started playing like 5-10 in Reno and stuff. And she eventually came down here. She had a lot of money from investments from her business and her family, and she grew and she built up nicely. And many a times, obviously, you need a lot of money because of the fluctuations. And when you're on a downslide, she started questioning her game, etc. And players started getting better and better and better. And she just kind of bowed out. Was she good enough to play with those guys? She could hold her own, but I think they were just a little bit better.
Yeah, she was a great limit hold'em player. We used to play 100, 200 limit hold'em in the late 90s and early 2000s. It was without a doubt her best game, and it wasn't even close. Anyways, I got to go. Thanks for the call. Tell all your friends listen to Mouthpiece. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. Hey, Matt Glantz. We figured you'd be coming in here soon. What's up, buddy?
What's up, boys? Hey, go fuck yourself, Norm. How's it going?
Ain't right? That ain't right, son.
Is Layne here too?
He is.
Hey, man.
Mikey, point the camera at yourself.
You in Philly?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What do you say,
I'm in
computer?
Philly.
Mikey, point the camera at yourself.
I love the computer.
Point the camera at myself. Oh, we have another call, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hello, Mike. This is Manuel.
Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with me, Matt Glantz, Norm Chad, and Layne back-to-back Flack.
It's an honor, guys. I appreciate your time. Happy birthday, and I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Condolences.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it so much, man. It means a lot. Thank you.
I just have one question. It's a poker question. I've been playing poker my whole life since I was like 5, and I've really been stuck at the low level games, 1, 2.
Why?
I don't like to play higher than that. And I'm trying to move up a little bit, but I feel like sometimes I have days where I go all out and I do good, and some days I just keep losing. And I'm wondering if it's my game, or do you sometimes you have wins and then.
I'll give you my advice. Okay, when I was coming up, it's like play higher, and you play higher, and if you're winning, you play higher. There's going to be a threshold of where you're going to you'll feel it, where you feel like people play better than you, and I think that's when you either have to drop down a notch and go to that comfort zone, or work harder on your game to be able to play with those people that play a little bit better than you. And that's what I did coming up. And I remember when I was I was playing it was all limit hold'em back in the day, 10, 20, 20, 40. And when I first 3 weeks playing 40, 80, I remember they played better than me. And once I made the adjustment from 40, 80 on up, I was able to play really good. So that was my big adjustment right there. So,
hey, Mike, can you hear me?
I do. I hear you, Layne.
Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I have a great answer for you, and I actually learned this from Ted Forrest. Mm-hmm. And a great way to build your bankroll is you're paying $1, $2. You sit down and you buy in a rack. If you lose that rack, you quit. But if you go in and buy in, if you win 5 times in a row, move up 1 level and buy in a rack. If you lose that rack, you go back down to 1, 2, and when you win 5 times, move up a level and buy in a rack. If you lose that, you got to drop back down and win 5 more times before you move up.
It's coming from Layne Flack, the greatest money manager of all time.
I told you that was a lesson from Ted Forrest, not from Layne.
Oh yeah. Ted had great money management back in the day. He was right.
Well, I can never move up. I'll never win 5 straight sessions at any level.
Well, it teaches you how to manage your money, and also teaches you discipline, but it also tells you you're not ready then.
Yeah, that's some good advice.
That's great advice, actually.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your time.
Right.
I won't take too much of your time.
Thanks for calling the Mouthpiece. Appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Mikey. How old are you? 52?
52, man.
That was a good guess. Wow.
52, still going on 13, buddy.
What are you mad about? 40?
48.
Fucking, he's fucking old too. Yeah. Not as old as that Norm Chad guy. He's fucking old.
Yeah, but Norm looks it.
Mikey, you wouldn't believe what Norm was saying on Twitter today.
What did he say?
Oh, don't get Mikey started.
I don't go on Twitter anymore because it's such a negative
Norm was saying that the media does not sensationalize things. Does not.
Oh, fucking Norm! I thought Norm doesn't do drugs. Norm, come on, man. Share the drugs, man. What are you taking?
Norm is a master of sensationalization things.
I was talking about a different media than he was talking about. I don't want to.
You were talking about the poker media. Oh, they sensationalize shit too. Never mind.
Yeah, so we will not get into this.
He was talking about the media overplaying or not overplaying the coronavirus.
They're not. They're overplaying it by about 800 miles.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Hey, when me and Matt Glantz are on the same page, you know fucking something's not right. We're like opposite about everything.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you guys talking about here? What's going on?
We just been talking, shooting the shit, talking about the World Series of Poker being postponed till probably October, November, I would presume. What do you think?
I don't think there's going to be poker the rest of the year in anything. How about that? I think
right.
casinos will open up without poker rooms.
Quite possible.
You might be right. We might have like 2 World Series next year.
Think about it. They're putting plexiglass in between all the players in the pit games. They're going to do that in poker too. Nobody's going to want to play poker. It's not like it's part of poker is being social.
Right.
You don't want plexiglass in between each player.
No, I agree with you. It's a good point.
Not only that, they're talking even about sports. They're talking about playing with no crowd all the way, to August.
Well, they have to. And you know what? And the thing is the TV contract with the NFL is worth so much more money than the fans. The fans don't make up shit for the NFL, so it's really not a big loss for them.
Mikey, what's your bet with Matt? With what's his name?
He owes me $1,000. Never mind.
What was the bet?
He said the Vegas would be open by April 30th. That's my birthday today. I'm going to text him and tell his ass to PayPal me or Venmo me.
You want me to get him in here?
Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here.
I'll get him in here.
Hey guys, now that you can hear me, I'm going through the mountains in Salt Lake. I get about every 10th word, so I'm just going to let y'all go.
How many girls you have with you, Layne?
I got 2 dogs. I'm driving to South Dakota. My father's health is bad. They are girls. They are girls. So I'm driving to Salt Lake. I'll spend the night and get home tomorrow. So, but I'm right in the mountains, so I'll lose you.
It's all good, Layne. Thanks for joining, man. And I hope your father recovers and he gets well soon. Okay.
Yeah. No, there's no recovering. It's over. But
so we're in the same boat. Okay. Well, well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. All right. Yeah. We'll be there for your dad, man.
Yeah. Love you all. Happy birthday, Mikey.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.
See you soon.
Later, bud.
Yeah. So that sucks. Fuck. Like Layne made a good point. He goes, okay, first your grandparents die, then your parents die. He goes, we're fucking next.
True.
It is true, man.
Not young. 52 is not young, Mike.
I feel so young though, man. I mean, like mentally, I don't feel a day over like I did when I was like 12. I'm sick fuck though. So yeah, Dentil, look, I saved his ass the 500. I said because I didn't want to, like, you never know with the World Series. They're so greedy. I'm like, they could like we got a phone call. Hold on a second. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mikey and Norm Chad and Matt Glantz.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. Happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday today.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to mention to you, I love watching you play cash game poker on television. I was watching some old episodes of when you guys, I think it was over in London. It was like the $1 million cash game.
Oh, the one where I got lost the $200,000 pot to Eric Seidel with 10-8 to his aces, that hand?
That I'm talking the later seasons when you did a little bit better.
Okay.
I couldn't believe the one season, Phil Hellmuth, he lost his shirt and he just stormed out of the building.
Yeah, he does that very often. He usually when he, we play in private games with him every night, and he fucking goes crazy when he loses his when he loses, and then then he calls me and cries for a half hour. I'm playing for my fucking life. He's playing for fucking peanut butter, and I still have to hear him cry, but that's what he does. This is what Phil does. You love Phil for who he is.
I'll tell you what, when I was watching those old episodes from when you guys flew over to London to play in those high stake cash games, I'll tell you what, there's some great poker
fix your
play in those
camera,
games.
dude, bro.
Yeah. Dentali, fix your camera, you fucking idiot.
Dentali, fix your camera, dude, bro.
I missed the computer.
Yeah. Those days were fun, man. They were fun. And I made a lot of money in those days. I kind of miss those days, actually.
Well, I just get aggravated. Like, I know there's all these different things like poker going. I used to enjoy it when we used to have it on national television, on NBC, late at night, watching the Poker After Dark. I mean, I used to really enjoy that.
Well, they still do. They do on I think it's CBS, what is it, Norm?
CBS Sports Network.
Yes, CBS Sports Network. They have all the high stakes. Like, okay, so you could watch them live on Poker Go, and then they rerun them on CBS Sports Network.
I just saw a boob.
I think that's 220 on the on DirecTV, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so you can check that out.
DirecTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, CBS Sports Network has the Poker Go reruns. So if you watch it live and you pay $10 a month, you can watch all the live events on Poker Go, and then they replay them usually about 6 months later on CBS Sports Network, which is 220 on DirecTV. So
I'll tell you what, I really get aggravated with this whole coronavirus because the casinos being closed down. Really, I'm what you call a degenerate, and I just miss going.
Oh, you're a degenerate? Like, join the rest of us. You think any of us are not degenerates? I mean, we're all fucking degenerates. I mean, it's just who's worse. Like this guy that just joined our chat, Mike Dentil. He's the biggest degenerate.
Why am I looking at him like he's at General Hospital?
I don't know. Do you have COVID or something? What are you doing in bed?
I'm in bed. I've been here for like 5 weeks. I haven't moved.
Yeah. Do you know your bank account's $1,000 shorter than it was? Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thanks for calling in, and tell your friends to check out the Mouthpiece, man.
Absolutely. I got you. Whenever you load a video, I get a notification on my phone. I'll enjoy it.
You got it, buddy. Thanks a lot for calling. Peace.
Thank you.
So what's up, man? We've had all the poker players jump on in here. Lots of them. We've had about 10 or 15 of them. I lost track in the Zoom wishing me happy birthday. It's pretty nice, everybody.
The computer's relentless. Getting on the Zoom.
Yeah, the computer's great, man.
Relentless.
Loser explain why he thought Las Vegas would be open again by today. Let him explain.
Why shouldn't it be? They got 2,300 cases and like 160 deaths. They should just keep the place closed.
Okay.
Hello.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I mean, even when they
Caller
open
on the
up,
line,
it's gonna
butthole.
be bad anyway.
Who's on the line, butthole?
Caller on the line, butthole.
Oh, we have a caller. Hold on a second. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike.
Butthole, that's a good one. This is Rob McVeigh or Rob McVegas, and I know all these guys.
Rob McVegas, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Not too much. How are you, Mr. Matisel, Mr. Glantz?
What's up, buddy?
We're doing good, man. We're just
Mr. Dentale?
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
Dentale, he's in his bed. He hasn't moved in 5 weeks.
Yeah, it looks like a Michael Phelps double that's kind of like...
What about Norman?
I don't know. That's...
Oh, I think we lost Norman.
Norman got cut off?
Did we lose Norman? Oh, we lost Norman. All right, that's all good. You got any questions for me or Glantz?
I do. I don't understand, and maybe Mike Dentale can chime in as well. When you have these partitions that they're ordering by the gazillion loads for the casinos, what about all the fucking chips?
Chips, no
cards,
shit. What about everybody touching the chips? I was thinking the same thing. I agree. What do you think there, Dentale?
I mean, I to tell you the truth, it's probably I can see like this virus hanging around. They're definitely going to be dirty, and I know it retains on certain surfaces. But they've been there for how long? You'd have to get infected people coughing and sneezing. I don't think we're going to have a lot of that.
Yeah. No, I just think it's very strange to talk about the glove or the, you know what I mean? Like it's there's a petri dish, and as you saw in the World Series, what was it, a couple of years ago with the Legionnaire's disease? Like it's just a nightmare. It could be a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, I think it's all fucking fake. So I don't think it's going to be shit of a nightmare. So you're talking to the wrong guy. I mean, to me, I just look at the math and the numbers and the fact that the fake news media, ooh, we reached 3 million worldwide coronavirus cases today. Really? There's 8.1 billion people in the world, you fucktards. So you're talking about a guy that thinks that it's all fucking bullshit. So maybe you might be talking to the wrong guy. But that's just me. I don't think it's going to be that bad. They've proven now that in LA, they're on the antibodies that they say there's 8,000 cases, and they say now there's over 1 million, but nobody shows any symptoms of it. So there's already proof that it's not, and it's like 10x less deadly than they say it was going to be. And the reason why they need to open the economy is people under the age of 50, they say, have a 0.01% chance of dying. So most of the world that it's working are under 50. So they need to open the economy back up. That I know for a fact.
Right.
You just got to go by the numbers.
Well,
that's all.
In poker, with those numbers, the Orleans would be fucked.
Yeah. The Orleans would be fucked. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think that it's all. Listen, as a poker player,
that I'm worried about, and
yeah,
being
as a
close
poker
quarters and being so intimate. When poker's an intimate game, right? And I always thought you can put up all the partitions you want, but at the end of the day,
yeah. I mean, listen, I think it's more of a scare tactic. I think it's a disease. The virus is real. A lot of people died. Whatever. I feel bad for them. But on a numbers basis, if you go by the numbers, I mean, I think the economy should have been open.
You know what it is, Mike. To be honest with you, they went by the original models, which was supposed to be a lot worse.
Right.
They still have the credibility on saying stay closed because we still have a lot of unknowns. And reality is, it's becoming more political, is what I think.
Of course.
I mean, if it wasn't political, I think we would have started, opening up maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's
100%.
it's in between, when this first happened, 100%, they were really scared and, they thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. Now they're just like fucking harping on it. Now
all I remember is we need to flatten the curve so the hospitals don't get overrun. And all the Americans, which I give all Americans so much credit for this, they all bought in. They all fucking stayed home. The curve's been flattened. And now they want to go, oh, but we have to get rid of every case in the country.
Because there's no wrong argument. You could argue both sides.
Right.
And not really look bad either way.
Yeah. But I mean, you're going to have the economic. If they don't open the country here, like in the next 2 weeks, it'll take 20 years to recover. And
that's the main problem. You got people that are depressed. People are miserable.
I'm on antidepressants, and I'm used to staying home. What does that tell you?
Right, exactly. And people not being able to pay their bills. I mean, I to tell you the truth, I mean, it's if they don't open up, if New York doesn't open up in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be really, really fucking bad. The collateral damage.
And crime's up 400%, I heard, in New York and Washington and California, which they don't talk about on the news because they don't want people to know what's going on. But whatever. All right, man. I appreciate the call.
Matt.
And thanks for listening to the Mouthpiece, man.
Yeah, I got a quick question for Matt. How many offers did he get on that to take on the COVID virus? How many offers did he get?
That's a good question.
Oh, for the 250K?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him the story about that.
Yeah. Oh, so one guy, I don't remember his name, but he's Empire Maker or something like that on Twitter. He said he's going to do it, 100% definitely going to do it. I said, okay, that's great. I mean, because I just, at the time, this was before it all started, but I just felt like it's a virus. Everyone's going to get it. It's so contagious. And I don't think it's as serious as everyone thinks. And now that we see, basically what Mike was saying, like it's under 1%, you're going to die if you get it if you're under a certain age. And you might get sick, but for $250,000, I don't mind getting sick for a week.
Us poker players play the odds, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one guy said he's going to do it. He wanted me to do it within 2 weeks. I said I need 3 weeks to get tested because testing was tough at the time. He finally agreed. I said, okay, as soon as you ask for the money, I'll start. And he just didn't ask for the money.
We look at it this way. How many poker players wouldn't sit there and say, okay, you're 99% for $250,000. I'm like, sign me up. And that's what Matt kind of did. And I couldn't because I have underlying conditions, but with Matt, who's healthy and shape.
Yeah, but you'd still take the risk.
I would probably still take the risk for fucking $250.
What's up, Maury?
Maury is with us from outer space.
Hey, man, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Maury, you in space?
We'll see you guys later. See you, Mike. See you, Matt.
You got it, buddy. Take care.
I'm trying to take my distance. They say this is a very safe distance right now.
Yeah, you look. Are you up in Oregon with your distance, or are you in Vegas?
Oh, I'm not. I'm in Vegas.
How are you not up in Oregon on the lake, man?
Actually, I couldn't make up my mind what to do. I just kept back and forth which one is the right move. But we're still doing a lot of a lot of business that needs to be taken care of. Not exactly, leaving the house for it, but soon I'm going to have to start. So,
do you think the World Series will happen this year?
I would say it's a huge favorite for it to happen.
Okay, we were just talking about it. Matt Glantz thinks differently.
Huge favorite.
I don't think so.
I mean, not in the level, maybe not in the level that you're used to it. Not having a colossal with 16,000 players, but some form or shape.
What do you mean by huge favorite?
What are you thinking? Are you thinking like the 10K championship events?
Let me tell Matt, I'm not going to take a bet. I'm not going to lay like 5-1 and have you jump.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking 5-1 would be a good number. I would take 5-1.
I would say that it's better than 80% to happen this year. Late this year. That's what
like November, right?
Some scale. Yeah, in October, November, December.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
But something else can happen. We can get another spike.
I think the virus will be gone by the end of the summer. So
that is not I would bet against. Don't say that.
I mean, like the SARS virus disappeared.
Didn't they eradicate SARS in like 6 months or 8 months?
Yeah, it was gone. It just disappeared as soon as summer hit.
I don't even want to think that way because that's a kind of dangerous thinking. I hope you're right, obviously. But
if you were ever in my mind or Mike Dentali's mind, and we ever fucking just said what we really fucking think, it would really, that's a fucked up place to be.
You gotta watch.
These guys are convinced that it was man-made, the virus. Man-made in a lab in Wuhan.
I mean, I think you can't rule anything out, Matt. Come on. Anything's possible.
I'm not sure if it was man-made, but it definitely came from that lab, and they definitely made sure to close all flights to fucking every place in China, but they didn't close any flights to the USA.
Not man-made, Matthew. What I'm trying to, I'm not saying fucking man-made.
Somebody designed it.
It was started.
And that's my thought. I'm going to go on air and say it. I believe that. Now, but that's just my sickness. Leave me alone.
So I believe it wasn't bat-made. It wasn't bat-made. It was man-made.
I think it was bat-made. Okay, with the 2,000 bats they had in the virus center, and I think they fucking mutated it the way they wanted to, and then they just fucking said, "Here you go, world. China wants to fucking just control the world, and what better way is to take out every economy in the world while yours is up and going?" That's all.
It's part of a family of viruses, right? There's like 5 different coronaviruses.
It's 150 different ones. It's like 150 different ones.
No, but the one that this is linked closest to is like 5 different ones,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
But do I think it was leaked? I think there's a good possibility it was leaked on purpose.
I think so too. But I mean, it could have been accident. Could have been leaked on accident. I mean, I joke around. I don't believe it was like engineered, but I do believe it was either leaked on accident or on purpose. And either way, it could have been. But that's.
Let me ask you this: we owe $3 trillion or 3 point some trillion to China. Do you think they're going to get stiffed?
I think so.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think so too.
If Trump gets reelected, they're getting stiffed.
We definitely have the right person.
If Biden gets elected, he'll be like, "Yeah, what day is it? It's 2016, and me and Barack, are we running for president again?"
That's going to be the fucking best weekend at Bernie's. Fucking Biden.
Dude, the debates, he's trying to get out of debate saying it's not healthy to see the debate. Yeah, I don't blame him. Can you imagine what Trump's going to do to him in a debate?
Yeah, he's a train wreck. All right, guys, I'm checking out. I'm
going back to Matt, thanks for coming on.
Happy birthday, buddy.
All right, my man.
See you guys.
Talk to you later, Matt.
Tell you owe me fucking $1,000. Well, what's going on, Maury? You really think the World Series will happen this year, huh?
I think so. I mean,
I do too.
I think it's, obviously casinos know how to reinvent themselves and reinvent the games. They can't just shut down and say we're done. But obviously, what is different in World Series is the number of people and how many gathered. I don't think that would happen. I don't think we're going to see 200,000 people go through it. But in some scale, maybe it'll look like the world
used to. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe those 10,000 buy-ins where we get like 100, 200 people. That's going to be the whole World Series, huh?
Yeah, I mean there'll be.
That's going to be all the best players in the world. At least we won't have. I mean, people want winning bracelets. There is going to be tough. That's all right. I'm up for it.
Well, it won't be as tough as having 4,000 people play, but still, I mean, Phil Hellmuth will be playing every single one of them, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be playing them all. As long as
Mike, have you gone outside yet?
I did last night to take my cat to the vet. Other than that, I haven't been outside.
What's your lockdown in Vegas? When is it supposed to be lifted?
Who knows? I mean, we have a governor that doesn't want to open up Las Vegas. We have like 3,000 cases and 160 deaths, but that's
Did they give a date?
No, I don't know, man. I mean, if you live in a Democrat-run governor, they want to keep it closed as long as they can. It's just, what's going on. Man. It is what it is. I've been trying to service my as many restaurants as I can. I order from Grubhub every night, every day to bring me lunch and dinner because these places have to stay in business, man. And it's really cool. They have they have the contactless deliveries, and so it's really safe. And I think these people, man, these are the people we have to support.
No, I agree. But over here in New York, I mean, we're supposed to be still locked down. Parkways are packed. People are out everywhere. So I don't know.
How about your fucking motherfucking anti-Semitic mayor yesterday? Threatening to fucking lock up fucking Jews that are fucking gathering for a funeral. This guy here, he's something, man.
He's unbelievable.
He could be the worst mayor to ever fucking run a fucking any city in history.
I don't understand how the guy got elected. Everyone hates his guts.
Everyone hates the police want to shoot him. They came out and said, "This is war. We are going to take you down." They literally said that. Am I right?
Bro, I follow the SBA. They rip him a new asshole every day.
I know they do.
They fucking hate him.
And they should.
I'm not following the news that much. What exactly are you guys talking about?
What happened was
Conrad de Blasio from New York.
To be fair a little bit, because I live over here in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and there's a big Hasidic Jewish community. And the problem was at one point, they weren't really quarantining, social distancing. They were out, going to funerals, still shopping. And the governor kind of warned them and kind of didn't threaten them, but wanted them to kind of follow social distancing. And I think they were, because it got a lot better. I mean, I'm out every once in a while. I have to do some errands. But then he came out of nowhere with like kind of a threat to just target them. De Blasio in Brooklyn and New York, to kind of target them. And came off really bad the way he said it.
It's
just
so bad
really
because when you single out a certain group, okay, everybody else who's hunkered down and in quarantine, they are going to go after Hasidic Jews. Okay, that's how bad that tweet was. It was probably the most vile tweet any politician has ever put out, and Trump puts out a lot of vile tweets.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that was just unbelievable. I mean, I can't even believe what I witnessed. I mean,
who was asking what was happening in Vegas? What is Vegas like? Who was?
I was.
Mike didn't tell.
Yeah, I was just curious because New York, there's a lot of, even though we're still locked down for another 2 weeks, there's still a lot of people on the streets.
I took this picture. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I see it. That's is that somebody on a horse on Las Vegas Boulevard?
4 ladies on horses in Las Vegas Boulevard. I don't know if you can see it.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, wow.
Right across from Aria. I came out of the studio and I see them just riding casually in Las Vegas Boulevard. No problem.
Wow.
I had to take that photo.
That's a great photo, man. That's a photo that you got to send me tweet it out. I'll fucking retweet it to everybody. That's awesome.
I'm not on Twitter, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll put it out on Twitter. That's awesome.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Danielle.
Happy birthday, Mikey.
Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you coming on in. We're here with, we've had everybody come on through. I don't know. Do you know Maury Escandati?
Yes, I do. I have the privilege.
Oh, good. Okay.
What's up, Danielle?
What are you doing, man?
I'm just bumming around.
You look like it's your head looks like it's wrapped in like gauze.
No, I haven't fucking got it in like 5 days.
Danielle, he looks like me every day when we're playing in our game, man.
It looks like you're in a hospital
No,
bed.
I have also this thing to help me breathe. I sleep with it. Helps me breathe out.
Okay, all right. You looked like you were in rough shape there for a second. I was like, God damn. Dan Tolly's calling in from his deathbed. That's serious.
I know, that's what I first thought. I'm like, man, what has he got? COVID in New York or what? So yeah, we've been talking about, and Maury thinks the World Series 80% going to happen by the end of the year.
Yeah,
which is good.
Like a full, what is it? Like, what's the definition of like World Series? Like a main event?
I'm wearing my shirt, WSOP shirt.
There you go.
There won't be the big Colossus events and the big events, but it's going to kind of be like the World Series used to be back in the day.
probably a couple hundred people, maybe 300-400 tops, and it'll be there won't be any big like events.
Everybody's talking about the WSOP. What about all the other venues? You think they're going to do like the Venetian? You think that's going to get off or any of them?
Wow. I'm not really familiar with too many venues, but I mean, WSOP, I know it'll be a shame for it not to happen. So they will come in some way or shape. I mean, there may be less bracelets or we might have some good news. Who knows? In a couple of months or 3 months.
Yeah, there could be a vaccine by October too. That's right.
What about all the people that come from out of the country? Are they going to be able to come in if it gets off? And doesn't he have some kind of travel ban still going on?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I seriously doubt it will be what we are used to in the last few years. So this year it'll go down in number of entrants. It'll just not be what it used to, but everybody will understand why.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, I was reading I saw something today that they were going to start with like really soon, like within the next few weeks, lifting the travel ban from Europe, and they're going to let international flights happen, but they are going to be testing them for corona. They those the testing that Trump was talking about, the Abbott that gives you the results in 5 minutes. Everybody just gets on the plane is going to be tested, and their temperature is going to be tested. That goes to and that comes into the United States, and they expect that to be up and going within a couple of weeks.
That would be great. That would help out.
It seems kind of ambitious to be thinking that we're going to test everybody coming from other countries, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe I hope that sounds nice in a
this
ideal
new
world.
Abbott machine gives you results in 5 minutes. A positive result. Or I'm sorry, what is it? A negative result in 5 minutes? No, a positive result in the 5 minutes. So if it doesn't come up in 5 minutes as positive, then you're negative. So I mean, you're talking about the boarding process being 5 minutes per person. I mean, you try to have to be there probably 4 hours in advance for a what's it called flight.
What is everybody? You guys have your ear to the ground over there in Vegas. What's everybody doing that's living paycheck to paycheck? Like all the dealers and the massage people and everything.
They're dying. They're just.
How are they paying their rent?
That's a good question, man. I think about them every day.
I think there's been some mandate that you can defer your rent, and no landlord can make you pay.
Yeah, they put a 90-day. Nobody could be evicted in 90 days, and they're also
that's cool.
Unemployment. You're able to collect close to $1,000 a week, something like that. So the tough part will probably be getting people off unemployment once this is over. But it's a 16-week mandate. People can collect unemployment for 16 weeks. So that should.
There's still a lot of people who are like the food banks and stuff, though. I know somebody said like there was like a 4-hour line to.
Yeah, I heard 550,000 pounds of food or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, how old are you?
I'm 52, man.
Happy birthday.
You're 52.
You're a kid. 52.
52. Hey, Maury, I'm still going on 12, buddy. Don't kid yourself. Nothing changes for me, man.
Well, happy birthday. I'm going to jump off.
Thank you for coming on, Maury. I appreciate it. And,
take it easy, Maury.
Bye, Maury. Good to see ya.
You see all the World Series.
See ya. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So Danielle Anderson on the Mouthpiece for the first time. What's going on?
Not much. I've only got like 10 minutes because we're going to eat dinner here pretty soon, but I thought I'd hop on and say hi.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're not, we've been on for almost 2 hours. So
damn, you guys are serious.
It's been a good podcast. We wanted to get, we got the birthday balloons a girlfriend sent me.
I see that. That's cool.
We've had the who's who of poker pretty much come into this room tonight.
You're a popular man, Mikey.
Wish me a happy birthday, which was really nice of everybody. And I've been trying to get a podcast up for a while, and with my father passing away, it was really hard for me to just kind of get the courage up to get this thing. Once I start talking and I start taking phone calls and hearing from everybody, it gets me in a good mood, and kind of like what our little game does.
You know what else gets you in a good mood is puppies. Look up.
Yeah. Oh,
say hi.
So cute.
Say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mikey.
Hi. What's your name?
This is Hallie.
Hallie the boxer.
Hallie girl.
Hey Danielle, you know what I bought a couple of days ago?
What's that?
I bought 3 baby ducklings for my kids.
Oh, you're gonna have ducks?
I got little ducks in the
That's
house.
funny. My
It's the
friend
cutest
just built
thing ever.
a chicken coop. She's got like a full-on chicken coop going.
Yeah,
Keep us busy in quarantine.
I love animals. I was like, my heart, like even when I went, like luckily, thank God, my cat was okay yesterday. But like you watch, like I got there right when they opened the emergency room, and because my vet was packed for like a week, so I wanted to make sure he was all right. But like there's like 20 people, like 20 or 25 cars in the parking lot, pulling in all these dogs and cats. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm like, I just, I judge people. If you care about animals, you care about people. That's not a fair statement. There's very few people that care about animals that don't care about people.
Yeah,
That's true.
I've always had like, I think it's like my husband didn't grow up with dogs. It's like when he met me, he kind of like didn't really get it. And I was like, no, this is like non-negotiable. We are going to have a dog. But now he's like a huge dog person. But I think like dogs are really important to teach like kids like empathy and understanding and compassion, like not necessarily just dogs, but yeah, same for animals, teach kindness and
I remember when
devotion.
my dad first bought me my first dog when I was about 6. And I loved that dog so much, and he ran away.
Oh man.
It was a Dalmatian. Those Dalmatians are crazy.
Dude, Dalmatian. I actually, if I'm scared of any type of dog, it's a Dalmatian, because I saw a Dalmatian bite a kid when I was a kid.
Dalmatians are not
traumatizing.
They are.
Yeah, like really bite a kid like bad.
Wow.
Like I've never seen so much blood. It was scary.
My friend Eric, his ex-wife, they used to have a Dalmatian. Whenever I came over, I'm like, it's gonna bite me.
Yeah, they're not very nice, I don't think.
They're not.
It's a sweet dog. I had a collie, which is like one of the sweetest dogs. You ever been around a collie? They just forget it.
Yeah, they're really
so
good.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I had one growing up, and
Golden Retrievers, German Shepherds are all good, man.
I like all dogs. The only ones I don't like are the really little yippy ones that just never
the
shut up.
The chows are the worst.
Yeah,
those are the ones I don't
never
like.
Shut up.
They'll
they got like
bite
that high pitched bark. I don't like that. I like big
those
dogs. Bigger the better.
Yeah.
For me.
You guys playing any home games over there or what?
We are.
Yeah, I've been playing with Mikey a little bit. We've been playing on some apps, and then we Zoom, and it's way more fun with Zoom.
Yeah, I kind of don't like the fact that we've been getting off Zoom a little bit,
Yeah.
But you know what I was thinking too is because we're all a tight knit group, and when we're on Zoom every day, we kind of get at each other sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
and it's just like anybody else. When you're around the same people every day, you start to.
Yeah, you and Can too. You need like your separation for a little bit so you don't kill each other.
Yeah.
Same with Phil and Phil.
Phil and me and Phil and everybody.
You are right.
And I think it's good.
It's nice every once in a while, but like when the game is on every day, it does kind of the same thing. You need a little space.
Yeah,
I need space right now.
And so you've been like playing a little bit of 1-2 or all small games also, right?
Yeah, it's been kind of fun. I've been doing this like Zoom hosting thing where it's like one of the clubs, and then I've just been playing like $1, $2 for like 2 hours every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from like 5 to 7 Pacific time. Yeah, and it's cool because like people are really excited about it. Like they're like literally stuck in their house and like they don't have a single person. So it's like we've kind of gotten to know each other. It's like just get a chance to socialize and see faces and talk to people. It feels, more like live poker. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's funny, listen to Rob Young. He's talking about, software which I've been saying for 15 years, where you actually have the person's face and their real name. I just think that's where online poker has to go. Because you want it to be like real poker. And like even like when I have a tough decision, I know a lot of times we're looking down at our phone. All right. But I still look up to the Zoom to see if what you look like when I get raised,
I'll keep that in mind, Mikey.
we have to. But I found a way to blow my brains out yesterday, and I don't know. I didn't play my best. I probably gave away 9,500.
Can't win every day, bud. You've been doing well.
I know. I can't complain. So,
but yeah, it's a weird time, man, because people, it's like, my husband and I, my son's old enough now that like we can hang out and actually buddies, whatever. But like I said, some of these guys that join our chat room, they're literally like have nobody to Zoom talk to. Like it just,
I'll come in a couple of days and play a little bit with you, and
it's fun
and definitely show up.
It's good and therapeutic. We usually have a couple cocktails, happy hour. Happy 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna join in with you guys one time too. I know we're supposed to come up play with you guys one day.
Yeah, for sure. Please
Absolutely.
do. It's fun. So,
all right,
all right, Mikey, I'm gonna hop off because I got
appreciate
dinner
it.
here.
Danielle, thanks for coming on.
Danielle, take care, honey.
Mike, hey, it's good to see you, bud.
I love you. I'll probably see you
I'm
on later.
glad you're not in the hospital. I thought for a second you were.
I thought he was too.
I thought you got like hit over the head with a baseball bat or something. I was like, God damn, you look crazy.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right,
for coming
sounds
on.
good.
Take
Yeah,
care,
happy
Danielle.
birthday, bud. We'll probably see you later.
You see you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, buddy. You owe me $1,000 fucking dollars.
Well, do I? What was our bet? I lost.
You said the fucking casinos will be open by April 30th.
I know you're going to give me.
I fucking would have beat you out of the other 500 too, but I was like so worried about the greedy World Series of Poker that I'm like, man, I mean these motherfuckers, I might lose 10,000, but I would have beat you out of 500 there. But look, you saved 500.
Yeah, but what about the first bet, man? That I let you off, I would have crushed you on.
Which one?
The first bet you wanted to buy out of. I said, nah. Don't.
No, you would have lost. That was you. That was me laying 500 to 10,000, 20 to 1 that the World Series would go off by June 17th.
Really? I got to look, man. Wow, thank God.
Yeah,
thank God I was nice. I was being nice to you.
I would have beat you out of another 500. But I was too scared because I'm thinking, well, I don't really can't afford to lose 10 grand. I'm like, in the World Series, they're greedy motherfuckers. They might put people on their deathbed in there, But anyways, we got another call. Hold on, right before we go. Hold on. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Mike, good evening. My name is James Long, calling from Miami, Florida. How you doing today?
Good, man. How are you? Thanks for calling.
I'm good. I just went to your Twitter account. I saw that is today your birthday?
Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Family.
I appreciate it.
I'm just calling.
I'm like 35 today.
You turned 35?
I wish.
Well, you don't look a day over 33, Mike. Don't worry about it.
I don't feel a day over 12. It's all good, man.
I just wanted to double check. It said in the Twitter that Mr. Hellmuth was with you too.
You missed out, man. We had Hellmuth, we had Layne back-to-back Flack, we had Danielle Anderson, we had Matt Glantz, we had Matt Savage, we had Norm Chad. I think I'm missing somebody.
It's okay. I mean, I just called to take a chance, I figured I called you once before, months ago, and you called me right back when it didn't go through. So I appreciate it. I left you some messages before on more than one occasion, so I'm glad you're doing well. You and your family.
Thank you so much, man.
I play poker on occasion. I'm not anywhere to you guys' level, but I mean, I'm trying to get better. And I go back to watching you and Phil go head to head back in 2013.
Yeah, that was a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love watching you play. But Phil's the one that got me into playing poker. I got to give credit where credit's due.
Cool.
But happy birthday! I appreciate your answering my phone call. If you ever come to Miami, Florida, my name is James Long, and I live in Coral Gables with my wife for 30 years, and I'm calling you from my cell phone. And if you're ever in the area, I mean, I'd love to meet up, just talk shop one day.
You got it, man. Anytime. And thanks for calling in on the Mouthpiece. I appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too.
Right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Dentali, thanks for coming on.
You got it, my man. And I'll talk to you during the week, man.
And we'll keep in touch.
100%, man. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right. What a show we had tonight. What a great, great birthday podcast we had. And we're going to wrap this up. And I appreciate you all. And we got another call, but he'll have to wait. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the Mouthpiece. And we'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Should we answer that call, computer?
Going into the podcast.
Yeah. What's going on, man? We just closed, but you know what? I'm going to take one more call just for you. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. My name is Don from Colorado. Just hearing you guys talking, about people being quarantined and getting back into poker and kind of picking back up where they left off years ago.
Yeah.
Mike Sexton is on.
I see him.
What do you think about the casinos having 6 max cash games? And I can just imagine these poker rooms getting ramped back up with more action instead of these no limit games. Everybody just kind of sitting,
I mean, it
watching
just
paint dry.
depends.
It depends where this virus is in October after the summer. I think that's pretty much going to tell it all. I mean, if another wave comes back, there's going to be no live poker games. We had Maury Escondati on here, and he thinks that 80% we have a World Series this year. I think that's pretty high, but I hope he's right. But I don't. Let's just see where it goes. It looks like the mortality rate of the virus is way lower than they thought, and with the fact that being 0.001%, if you're under the age of 50 of dying from the virus, that's going to allow a lot of things to open back up. So we're gonna have to see where the data takes us, and then see if there's going to be, that's really what it comes to. It's just a waiting game. Let's see where we are August, September.
And you
really
think these games
nobody
might be
really
back
knows.
to full ring? I mean, would you expect the World Series to be full ring?
I think so. I mean, I just don't. It just depends where we are. I mean, if it ends up like the SARS virus that just disappeared, which is possible, we don't know. There's so much of these models that have been way off so far, so we really don't know. Like, it's a guessing game every day. So it's really a tough situation, So we're just gonna have to go by that.
I was just sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, I can just imagine these poker rooms for cash games, 6 max, where ace rags raising.
Yeah,
and
but
re-raising,
you know what? 6 max is not 6 feet away.
A little dynamic change there.
You see what I'm saying? 6 max is not 6 feet. It's not 6 feet of social distancing. So it's either going to be the virus is either going to have to be way cleared. I don't see it as that. I just see it's either going to clear up, and we'll all be able to start playing again, or we have to wait till a vaccine, which I don't believe is going to. I don't think we're going to have to wait that long. But you never know.
Right?
We don't know. Nobody knows. We're in a no situation. So,
Yeah, you're right. New information every day, and new concepts and medication and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's going to be a
I mean, we don't know. They could.
Aspect,
I mean, we don't. They could have a vaccine out. There's a lot of people talk about a vaccine by October. That'd be like a miracle. And then there's all kinds of drugs. We don't know. They could have a miracle drug that gets rid of it tomorrow. That comes out tomorrow. So we just don't know. We just don't know. It's we're in some place that nobody has ever seen in their lifetime, and none of us will ever see again. So, it is what it is.
So you're all in on the World Series, though. I mean, you're going to participate if they.
Oh yeah, if there's a World Series, I'm participating. Don't worry, I'm not. I go out. I don't worry about no fucking virus. There's 3,000 cases or something in Nevada, and the fucking governor's got the whole state shut down and doesn't want to open it back up because she's worried like the odds of 1 out of like 50,000 people dying, and we have to fucking close the whole place up. But whatever,
it's getting a little silly at this point. I mean, it's
beyond silly at
this point. It can be a real serious thing, but
it was fucking flatten the curve so the hospitals don't get overrun. It wasn't fucking put the whole world into poverty. Don't get me started. I get too upset.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Appreciate what you do. I've been playing since 2003 and followed you ever since. So happy birthday, and podcast is fantastic, man.
Thank you so much,
Hope
man.
to see you in Vegas this year.
You got it, buddy. Thank you for calling.
Have a good night. Bye.
Mikey
hey.
Sexton.
What do you say, Mike?
What's up, buddy?
Happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
90s. I don't know how far back we go, but it's a long way. But
yeah,
I remember what.
24 years, man.
In the 90s.
Yeah, I don't feel any older. I don't act any older. My body feels older, maybe, but I just deal with that, And how you hanging up during this lockdown here? You look like you lost some weight.
I don't know, maybe a little bit, but not too much. I'm not working out.
Might just be the camera.
just hunker down like everybody else, Just trying to ride out.
You playing any poker online or what?
Yeah, we have a big online series starting on Sunday, the World Poker Tour.
Yeah,
it's his first ever online championship, but sadly, players in the U.S. don't get to play.
Yeah, I know, because I was talking to Sean McCormick because they said they were moving the Aria thing, and he misquoted like to party. I'm like, but we can't play, can we? And he goes, yeah, I put out the wrong tweet because I was like under the impression like the way he put it out, like the RA thing was being moved to the
party poker. And I'm like, but how can we play? And he's like, yeah, I have to put a different tweet out. So yeah, it is what it is, but the online, I mean, the underground private online games have been really, really good, so everybody has a private game on an app somewhere. And the online kind of world has kind of explosive. It's not like, but I'm playing in games where they don't take rake. We play on poker, an app called Poker RRR2, and it keeps track of everyone's wins and losses every day. And we have like 17 of us in a club, and there's like 9 seats, so we all change up. And Mr. Hellmuth, he's put together one special fucking game. That's all I got to say. And him, he knows all the people we want to play with.
He does know the right people to play with, that's for sure. They got money.
Yeah, he got me in a $5-10 no limit game that is very, very good for me. Let's just put it that way. It's
I have a good for you, and hope it keeps going. And I'm like you, I'm very concerned about live poker in the future here. It's just going to be.
Like I said, it all comes down. Like there's so many new things coming out, and they're really they're trying to fast track this vaccine to October. And listen, if anybody could do it, it's the fucking lunatic in the White House. I mean, he's a problem solver. He's an idiot, but he's a problem solver. But sometimes you got to have an idiot in charge instead of a fucking nice guy that gets nothing done. But whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll just hang on to the best we can, and I'm sure we'll be back at the table sometime. That's for sure.
How's Crazy Richie doing? You talked to him lately?
He's holed up 7 weeks straight. Hasn't come out of the house once.
He's got to be going crazy.
And he's all concerned about the COVID-19. And
why doesn't he know that? Look at the math. All you have to do is look at the math. The math tells you.
He's scared to death. He's scared to death. He doesn't want to come out of the house.
Listen, I have a significant other that's in the same spot, and I have another friend that's in the same spot, and then I have a lot of other friends. We just laugh about it. So, it's probably somewhere in the middle, I would think.
Yeah, it probably is. But since we've held out this long, you just think if they want to do it a few more weeks, why not go along with the program and then.
But I don't know if the country can make it a few more weeks. People that live paycheck to paycheck, man.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I think a depression is very looming, and when people are broke and don't have money, they get desperate, and
no shit. That's why gun sales are up 10,000%.
Yeah,
it's a scary time. I mean, I said to myself, they're going to make it 6 weeks, and after that, they're not going to make it much longer. That's when the crime starts, and people just say, "Go fuck yourself. I got to eat." So
the looting will start, and the robbing, and else. So.
That's when the martial law and the tanks are going to be on the street. So I think they know that, and I think that's why they're pushing to get the country open. And I think that they can open. I think they can open Las Vegas. I mean, we don't have that many cases. I mean, I don't.
It doesn't make sense why people in Walmart and Albertsons and the hospitals and all those people can all work together.
Right. They can all, because it's bullshit, Mike. That's why.
You're telling the law office they got to shut down when they get 2 or 3 people in the office.
Dude, how about the people that are arresting parents with their kids in a park? I've seen that at least 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't China.
Criminals out of jail.
Yeah, they let all the criminals out of fucking jail. What a fucking joke. You can't leave your fucking house, but the criminals are all getting let out of jail, killing people, murdering people. Don't get me started, Mike. I've left this entire podcast non-political the whole time, which is so good for me. You know what I'm saying?
All right, it is. Yeah, I don't want to get you riled up here. It's your birthday. Enjoy your day.
Mike,
some people think you're goofball, but those of us that know you, we know you're just a big teddy bear, Mike.
That's right, buddy. Thank you so much, Mikey. Thanks for coming in on the Mouthpiece.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, buddy. Take care. Yep. All right, man. Yeah, I kept this all non-political because next week, you'll hear from what really goes through this fucked up brain of mine. I really do believe that it's time to open America before people starve and start killing themselves, and the mental illness, the depression is really sinking in. If you look at the numbers,
People with depression calling in hotlines are up like 800%. Me, who's used to being at home, had to start taking antidepressants like 4 days ago. So it's really not good. It's not good. And granted, one life to lose is too many. But all of us in the poker world, remember, we don't live in the real world. We've got to get the country open for the sake of the country and for the sake of the people. So on that note, I just want to say I appreciate you listening to episode 42 of The Mouthpiece, my birthday edition. We will see you next week with episode 43, live from my home and office on Zoom. And who knows who's going to show up in our Zoom. Take care, everybody.
The Mouthpiece.
Good job, computer, getting all those people in there. That was great.